and welcome. I'm John, and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's off the cuff video, guys. For those of you that don't know, what does that mean? I film it, I now upload it. I don't do my fancy, intro symbol, and there is no funny business going on. If I cock something up, I cock it up. If someone comes and disturbs me, that's what happens. If you're a regular here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. What are these Wednesday videos about? They're all primarily model focused. It's just information about models, sneaky things that you can do, storage, tools, materials, all that sort of stuff. There is terrain questions occasionally that come into it, and just general information of what's going in and on around the workshop. Now, I've had an amazing feedback from yesterday's video that I uploaded. It was late going up last night. 24-hour painting challenge. Oh my goodness me. That was so hard. That was so hard. One question I had is, fair play to you for carrying on, even though the power lost. I'll talk about it in a second. Would you ever do another 24-hour painting challenge? Okay. Yes, I would. But there's a lot of things that I would do differently. Okay. So, what would I do differently? First thing is, when I did that painting challenge, I started in the evening time. I started I think it's like 20 to 11 or something I started. I would have actually started in the morning. That's what I should have done. Now, another thing that I was delayed on time, for a bit. So I didn't get all of the models, undercoated. The Necron was still sitting up there. The bases were gravelled. They still are gravelled, but they're not dry brushed with steel and drap. I was trying to do that as I was going along. If I did another painting challenge, I would do that. And I think if I did another 25 painting challenge, I wouldn't go for as many points as this is. I think the second unit of Necron Warriors added to all the stuff I painted up already, I think that would probably push it up to around 500 points. I'm not sure. I haven't tallied up the points, but that's what I would probably do a painting challenge of 500 points, whether it be Space Marines, which it would be very difficult because of match up to colours, or Eldari or whatever it is. I'd try to make it 500 points. I think that would be the best way. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got a heap of models finished. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 Necron Warriors there. There's a whole squad of Necron Warriors there done. 6 Scarab Swarms. 2 of the guys the robots that come, the little guys that came with the Necron, the Scorpec destroyers. Those 2 guys are done. 2 other guys that I don't even know what the hell they are, but they've got spike for arms. These guys. I have no idea what they are. Get my head out of the way. Focus. Focus. Okay, I'm focusing. But like this, whatever this guy is, I don't know what they're called or what they're for. But 2 of those are done. This delightful beast. And this bad boy. But I missed a few parts on this behemoth of a creature. So I've actually just done some Warlock purple on the wire there. I painted some Vulcan green on there on the 2 balls that I missed on top, 2 energy balls. Because the next question is, could you give us a bit more detail on how you do the little spheres, and the eyes and everything else? So I thought, okay, let me just do that. I'm going to show you this now. So Moot Green, this is the airbrush version. If you're using a normal version, I would water it right down. Now what I did, take a little pinch of water, put it on the wet palette. You can see it. Go in there, and I'm going to start in the middle and just do a circular sort of motion. Okay, because it's watered down, it should stay nice. See it? Yeah. and I'll leave that to dry. And when that dries, I will get a White Scars Screaming Sculpt. Got the wrong paint. I need to sort all these paints out. They're all over the place here. Some White Scars layer paint. And then what I'll do is I will take it just a bit, and just before this is dry, the moot green, I'll dab the white into the middle, okay, on both of them. And what that gives you, let's see, it's Power Fist. No, you can't, it won't zoom in for some bizarre reason. The camera's going really weird on me. Okay, I'll give you a close up afterwards. I'll transition into a close up. Actually, I'll do that now. Hold on a second. They give you that. See the effect? Gives you, looks like it's a little, you know, power in there. Okay, so that's even did the same technique on the little circles on his blade. Okay, now with the blade, I did talk about this in the video, but I just did Vulcan Green, watered down moot green, and just sort of slapped it on. And then when that was almost dry, I then got some more moot green, but didn't water that one down, and just went around the edges, gave it sort of an edge highlight. Hold on a second, guys. Right, so that's how I did that. I mean, I did talk about it in a video, but just to show you there, then that's almost ready for. So I'm going to go with some White Scars white, tipping it everywhere. Just to show you this, because I did get a lot of people on message goes, oh, how did you do that? I know you spoke about it, but give us a little demonstration. So there's a blob of white. I'm just going to go into the middle, just blot it on. It's not let me zoom in. Ignore my face and zoom into the. I don't know if you can make that out, guys. Just the shoulders. Just tell you what I do. I'll transition again and show you again. One sec. There we go. See how it looks? Don't do that. Now you look at this one, you go, oh yeah, I don't know. The White Scars is a layer paint, so it goes on bright, and as it dries, it dulls right down. So it just gives you a faint look of white. It's actually fantastic. All right, anyway, guys. So I hope that answered the question that was asked to me. Another question is, are you going to do other painting videos with the guys that are left over? I would say yeah, just to get them done. But again, I don't want to do Necron, you know, week after week after week. So I might do one Necron, well, not next. The next video, my paint video will be something else, and then maybe a Necron one after that. Just a few reasons. One, I just want to keep it going. Necrons. Oh, Imperial Magazine arrives, more Necrons. You know, people go, I don't want to keep seeing Necrons being painted. Every so often, it's nice. But I've also got, because of the way I did that video, I'm now looking and going, okay, the unit of 20 Chaos Warriors here, Nurgle Chaos Warriors, all I've got to do is fix their standard, because their standard's a bit of a kit bash. And then I could paint them, not on a 24-hour challenge, but paint them, you know, on a video. I mean, because I always try to get a painting video on my day off, first thing in the morning. I set everything up ready, and then models ready to go, and then I can just film it, peace and quiet. That's another reason why I did, you know, starting Monday night, because it's peace and quiet. There's no one here, no one around. I've got Sweeping Hawk Phoenix Lord over here. I've got a monk from D&D, but I've put him on the you know, just 1 inch by 1 inch square base, so I can use him in the game that I'm working on, which is actually coming along pretty well. We've got so much here to do. I can mix and match this, you know, not a problem. But because I did that amount of models, I know it was a vast amount of time. And to be honest with you, I lost the power, which absolutely really annoyed me. I had to wait for the sun to come up to get a little bit of light in here, so I could at least start with the bases until the sun was coming up more, and I started losing light at the end. The power actually came back on at like 20 past 6 or something like that. It went off at 20 to 8. It went off again, and it came back on just after 10. So I don't know what the hell they're playing at and what happened, and I have no idea. But it's on now, thankfully. As you can see, there's a little beam of light coming down there, so the light's above me. Now, the next question is, I like the blue, the metallic blue that you used. What gave you the idea to use it? Well, there wasn't an idea to use it. What happened was, I looked at I always knew I was going to go with, and I'm not going to be able to pick it up now, am I? Where are you? There we are. I was always going to go with Rune Lord Brass for the Necron Warriors, because I used it on the Chaos Space Marine Kill Team on the heavy guy, and I realised, I thought it was a dirty paint. I don't really, not the paint's dirty, but it's just the way it looked. It was like, oh. So I always thought, let me use it on the Necron Warriors to show they're lower caste, you know, they're lower in the Necron food chain. So then when I actually applied it to them, I was like, actually, that's actually a nice colour, you know. And well, before even that, I got all the metallic paints out that I have, and I was like, okay, let me just whack them on a wet palette. And then I applied it to Necron Warriors, and I was like, oh, actually, that's actually, to me, that colour was specifically designed for Necrons. Okay, it probably can be used on 100 different things, but to me, that colour was just specifically designed for Necrons. Because I'm just going to show you on the legs, but it's actually my face out the way. Come on, zoom in, zoom in. It's actually a brilliant silver, and it's sort of like a grey silver, but there's little aspects of it of, you know, being copper in it. So it's actually a really nice colour for Necrons. If you use that colour for any other models or any other parts of models, check comment below and let me know, because that's to me, I didn't like it at first, but then I used it on them, I thought it was fantastic. But with all the metallic paints on the wet palette, the polished blue, I actually used that for my Chaos Warriors and Michael Zench. It's actually perfect. You can actually paint them onto their armour, and as you get towards the end, just start, when you put it onto the armour, start from the innermost part of the armour, work your way out, and as you get to the end, it loses the blue tint and becomes like silvery, and it looks fantastic. So I just, when I did the first bit of polished blue on a Necron Warrior, I thought, let me do the top shoulder pads and the little chest piece, and it absolutely looks fantastic. It contrasts the Rune Lord Brass perfectly, and it doesn't just, it's not just a metal model. It actually just gives you a different colour variation of metallic. So then I thought, for the bigger guys, I'm going to need to get the beaten copper out. I'm going to need to use gold. I'm going to need to use, you know, lead belcher and all that. I did actually open up, where is it now? It's gone. This one there. Iron Breaker, layer paint. I opened it up, and to my present supplies, it's empty. It's like, okay, I didn't realise that, so I need to get that colour when I go to GW again. I need to get that one, because I was going to use that as a little edge highlight, and maybe give a little dry brush, you know, on the ribs and stuff of the Necron Warriors, just to highlight those little bits a little bit. But that didn't happen because I didn't have any. So that's, you know, that's how the polished blue come in. Just, I tried it on them and I thought it was fantastic, and it complemented the colours well, and it actually goes really well with the gold. It's not even gold, it's Retributor armour. You can see it on him. His spinal column is Retributor armour, sorry, and the polished blue on top goes well nice with him. Even the little bit coming down here and his chest piece, it just does complement each other really well. I think I'm really happy, especially with him, because to be honest, when I started putting them together, I was like, oh my goodness, mate, and it's actually really easy. And then painting him, I was a little bit like, oh my goodness me. And as soon as I started adding a few colours here and there, it just popped, and it was like amazing. And now I actually love it. I actually can't wait to I need to get the codecs from them. I can't wait to have a game with them, a game of 40k, you know. But that's how the polished blue came into it. And another reason with the polished blue, that I'm glad that I tested it and it looks lovely, because I want to use it before it goes off in the pot and just turns to mush. You know, the Warlock purple that I just used, and I can't see where it is now. Where are you? Okay, did I put you back in there? No, it's not done. Well, Warlock purple is another very old paint. There you are. And I opened it up. See the lid? What's in the lid? There's no paint there. It's just, it looks shiny, but there's nothing there. So the paint is actually in there. So I have to literally dip in there. But that's another job to clean the lid and everything else. That's on the back burner of jobs to do. But yeah, I don't want to get to that stage where it's just you know nothing. So I thought I'd test it out, and it worked pretty well. So I'm very pleased with what I've got done so far. You know, I didn't achieve the challenge, and it is extremely hard. Okay, I'm waffling on a bit too now. I'm still tired from that. I actually went to work this morning, absolutely shattered, and just worked through, and now I'm back here. What's the next terrain build? If you actually watch the 48-hour, the 24-hour painting challenge, right at the end, when I show you the reveal of these, there is a sneaky peek right at the end of what I'm working on. I didn't say this is what I'm working on. You can just see it. You can see it in the background. So some of you are going to go back and go, oh, let me have a look, guys. There's 2 terrain builds that are on the go. One of them is this, you know, an insane build, and the base material for it is actually, you're going to go, oh, but from that I can actually make. Okay, I'll tell you about it in a second. The other one is, I've got it down here actually. It's something I tried before and failed, and it's not the bridge, and I actually worked out how to do it. So that's to do with the gaming boards, and just to touch up on, finish off the helipad and the herdstone. Just do a few more bits onto that. But the big crazy terrain, it's not even big, but the crazy bit of terrain I'm making there, the base material for that, I'm going to be doing something different with, using the same material but doing something different with, to make a future terrain, and the same material again, using that to make bits and pieces for Necromunda. Of course, if it can be used for a Necromunda, it can be used for 40k, it can be used for Kill Team. But what I've got in my head, it's going to be absolutely a bit crazy, because it can be reversed and done different ways. So I'm trying to figure out the finer details of that one, but I don't want to focus too much on that, because I want to try and get these ones done first. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm busy bee the whole time. I think I'm actually 180 something subscribers now. So actually, a big thank you to everyone that's joined the channel. I did have a question. Can I make some Asian terrain? Now I would imagine that's pagodas and stuff like that. I mean, I can look into that and give that a go. I think there's 6 builds that are planned out to do between now and you know, between them. I'm going to look into do some stuff like that, because it'd be nice. I mean, I've seen Space Marine armies that are actually like samurai based and stuff like that, and I've seen Beastman armies that are samurai based with the poles coming out the back and little flags, which is amazing. So yeah, I'm going to be looking to do a few bits like that. Yeah, I'm sorry I've rambled on a little bit. I'm still absolutely exhausted. If you have any questions, guys, chuck a comment on this video, message me on Messenger, go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. I'm not there every day, but I do poke my head in every so often and chuck a message on there, or you can go onto that and there's a link on there, well, not a link, but there's a little thing there you can message me from there onto Messenger. Okay. If you can message me as Unique Wargaming Terrain or directly to my Facebook page, you know, it's not a problem. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and it's helped you in any way, give you any sort of information, you know, well done. Thank you very much. Please hit the buttons for me, like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and hopefully, we're on Wednesday now, so hopefully by the weekend I'll have 1 or 2 terrain builds up, and then I can be moving on to the next bits and pieces. I have some actual plastic that I'm going to try and do a sneaky video on for basing. I did a little one for the gravel basing, but I've got some plastic that you can easily get, and it's got the grid squares, so it looks like mesh. I'm going to try and get those and probably do them on 1 or 2 Space Marines, you know, just to give you an idea. But that's something that's going to be done, but not top of the list because too much to do. Anyway, guys, I've waffled on too much. 20 minutes. Guys, until next time, hit the buttons for me, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.